lost it, where did it go?
I could have won another Academy Award with this part.
Not with this part, no way.
No, it is. It's that good a part, and I need it, Matt. I need it.
What do you want from me? They said no!
I want you to work for me. I want you to convince them to say yes.
I'm working. They said no. They're gonna keep saying no.
This is a serious breach of contract.
Bethany, losing control is not a breach of contract. If it were, no agent in town would be working.
Well, there's a promising idea.
I am Bethany Baxter. Award-winning actress Bethany Baxter.
Yes, I know.
Well, they did not just hand me those awards, Mr. Kravitz. I earned them.
Yes, you did, totally. But that was then, and this is now.
So what, my own agent is now telling me I'm a has-been?
No, I'm just telling you the reality. After a while, the roles dry up.
Meryl Streep is the same age as I, and she still gets leading roles.
I'm not Meryl Streep's agent, and you're not Meryl Streep.
And now you're mocking me.
I can't find leading roles for a 65-year-old actress.
60. I am 60 years old.
Whatever.
Matt Kravitz, you are no longer my agent.
Oh, Bethany, can we not do this again,
That's
please?
Ms. Baxter to you. Now
Fine.
get out of my house.
Ms. Baxter, can we not?
Get out,
Fine.
get out.
Fine.
Get out.
Bethany.
Get out of my house.
Bethany.
Out, or I'll have you arrested.
Hey, I'm leaving. Call me when you've calmed down.
Just get out of my life, you parasite. You should be mowing my lawn instead of these peasants. If they could speak English, they would know what a scoundrel you are.
Is everything all right, madam?
No, Mr. Sheldon, everything is decidedly not all right.
I heard yelling.
Oh, that's just my moron of an agent. Or my ex-agent.
I see. Oh, madam. Your flowers and the crystal vase.
Forget about the flowers, Mr. Sheldon. They were dead already. But the vase, the vase was an heirloom. That's absolutely irreplaceable.
Perhaps it could be restored.
I think not. I think I should have grabbed something less valuable to throw at him.
Madam should not be so impulsive. The repercussions are always so very devastating.
I'm finished, Mr. Sheldon. I'm finished with this business.
Perhaps a nice glass of lemonade.
Lemonade, that's your answer to everything.
Well, it's always helped in the past, hasn't it?
I shall be in my study.
Yes, madam.
Yes?
Madam?
I've decided to write my memoirs. Mr. Sheldon, what do you think of that?
Very propitious, madam.
Mm-hmm. And I know exactly where I will start. With that bout of pneumonia when I died in my hospital bed.
I believe madam had fallen asleep.
No, I was dead, Mr. Sheldon. I was dead, dead. Remember that?
Yes, madam.
And I will start with my triumphs of my career, going from one starring role to the next.
Yeah.
And I guess I have to mention my ex-husbands.
All 5 of them, madam.
Well, one does try to be fair, you know.
Yes, madam.
Yes, I shall name names, Mr. Sheldon. I shall have my revenge on this rotten business.
Madam.
Young man. Yes, you. Could you come over here for a moment, please?
Yes, Miss Baxter.
I'm so sorry. What is your name?
My name is Joshua, Miss Baxter.
It's very biblical, isn't it?
Is there something I could help you with?
No. Have a seat, Joshua. No, actually, I wanted to apologize to you for my rather boorish behavior this morning. It was not directed at you.
I understand that, Miss Baxter.
No, I certainly didn't mean to imply that you were a peasant. I mean, you're obviously quite different. And I was going to offer you an ice-cold glass of lemonade if you would accept it.
But the garden.
Oh, well, the garden will still be here when you're finished.
Then it would be my pleasure, Miss Baxter. Thank you.
Great. Forgive my incompetence here. Mr. Sheldon usually does these things for me.
It's very good.
Mr. Sheldon does have a way with these things. But again, I would like to apologize. And if you want an autograph, I could certainly provide that. Or if you wanted to take a selfie even, I could do that, although I don't usually do that.
That won't be necessary, Miss Baxter.
Maybe a tip, cash, whatever you want. Joshua, the thing is, I would like to make sure that the events of this morning just remain between us, you know, away from prying eyes.
I assure you, Miss Baxter, I have no business with the paparazzi.
Well, you never can be too careful these days. Although there are still many people who are very interested in my life, even after all these years.
I have a very great interest in your life.
You do? You're not some obsessive fan, are you?
I'm afraid I don't go to the movies much, Miss Baxter.
Well, you're not missing anything. They certainly don't make them like they used to. Certainly not when I was winning my awards. Joshua, let's take a walk. So I see you're a married man.
Yes, I have a very lovely bride.
You must love her very much.
More than you could possibly know.
Alas, I never had much luck with love.
Yes, I know.
Never could pick the right one.
You should have consulted me.
Oh, now why on earth would I consult you?
Many people do. Some take my advice and some don't.
Do I know you?
Not really.
Who are you?
Who do you say I am?
Well, I thought you were the gardener, but now I'm starting to think you're a tabloid reporter.
Miss Baxter, I assure you, I'm nothing of the sort.
Oh, you're not one of those Jesus people, are you?
No, Miss Baxter.
Good.
I am Jesus.
You know, I'm suddenly not feeling very well.
Let's get you out of the sun.
Yes, that might be a good idea. Oh, thank you.
Madam, is everything all right?
Yes, Mr. Sheldon, it certainly is. Oh.
Begging your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Oh, forgive me. This is Mr. Sheldon, my valet. Mr. Sheldon, this is Jesus Christ. Well, don't just stand there. Offer Jesus a chair.
Madam, do you think it wise
To have Jesus for a visit? Well, of course.
Should I call anyone?
Mr. Sheldon, you do whatever you think is best.
You really don't believe I am who I say I am, do you?
Well, you know, I don't really care who you are as long as you don't hurt me.
Miss Baxter.
No. I really have to give you credit. That is the best disguise I have ever had a reporter use. I mean, first you're a gardener, and then you're Jesus Christ. Oh, well done. But now that you have me cornered, go ahead, ask your questions.
Miss Baxter, I'm not a reporter.
Very well. Well, then I will start the proceedings. Yes, I did fire my agent this morning. But the really big news is that I am about to start writing my memoirs. And it will be no holds barred, purely unvarnished, let the chips fall where they may. You see, I have been keeping diaries my whole life, very intimate diaries. Of course, the good thing about writing your own story is that one can selectively edit events in your life. I mean, there are some things that should be left hidden, don't you agree?
As it is written, there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be brought out into the open.
Well, yes, if people like you get your way.
Okay, Miss Baxter. You believe I'm a reporter, I'll play along. So, Miss Baxter, if today was the last day of your life, how exactly would you be prepared for eternity?
Well, that is a bizarre question.
Not really. At some point, your life here will end.
Well, of course it will. Everyone dies. Even celebrities die.
And then what?
Well, I've made arrangements. I shall be buried at Hollywood Forever Cemetery, and my grave will become a tourist attraction for my fans.
I'm not talking about that.
Well, what else is there, you silly man? I mean, you die, and then they'll stick me in the ground.
But what about your soul?
You know, I haven't ever noticed this business having much interest in my soul.
Miss Baxter, I care about your soul.
Well, of course you do. You're Jesus Christ, I forgot.
And I still have plans for you. That is, for Eileen Durkin.
Good heavens, I have not heard that name in years. Oh, I sincerely doubt there is very much of Eileen Durkin that still exists.
She could.
But you have to admit that Bethany Baxter is a much better name.
Eileen, I called you by name 65 years ago.
60? I am 60 years old.
While you were still being knit together in your mother's womb.
I beg your pardon?
I've come here to help you put back together the broken pieces of your life.
You know, I do believe this interview is over. You're starting to frighten me a bit.
Your mistake is to look for solutions to the wrong problems.
Please don't lecture me. I am Bethany Baxter.
Give it some thought. And call me if you want to talk.
Thank you for coming so quickly, Mr. Kravitz.
I had to park down the street. If your boss finds me here, I'm scared she'll get medieval on me. What exactly is going on, Sheldon?
Have a seat. Madam has been acting very strangely.
Stranger than usual?
I mean, she was having a conversation with one of the gardeners in her private study. And as I entered, she introduced him to me as Jesus Christ.
Okay, that's different. Did Jesus appear dangerous?
No, not at all. In fact, he seemed somewhat familiar to me.
Well, you are the religious one, huh?
Yes, it's true. I pray for Madam every day.
Well, God works in mysterious ways. Isn't that what you people like to say?
A most awful day today. A very clever tabloid reporter disguised himself as a gardener, and then as Jesus Christ in an effort to get a story. I told him only what I wanted him to know. Oh, and I must tell you, I fired my agent today. Something I should have done a long time ago. The tragedy is that I threw an expensive antique crystal vase at him and completely destroyed it, and it was my grandmother's vase. Oh, Nana's poor vase.
to help you put back together the broken pieces of your life.
Actually, I think there's a very good explanation for all this.
Yes?
I think she must be having some sort of a breakdown.
Matt.
I mean, who could blame her? Women have it a lot tougher than men in this business.
But it seems it's always been that way.
Yeah, it doesn't make it right, though. I mean, men can play leading roles well into their 70s, but women, once they can't play the femme fatale or the girlfriend anymore, they're finished. Unless they want to play the mother-in-law for the rest of their career. Thank you.
I think you should talk to her.
No way. I didn't come here for that. You saw what she did to that vase, right?
She's come to rely on you over the years. If you apologize...
Apologize, Sheldon? I have nothing to apologize for.
If you apologize to her, I'm sure she will forgive you.
Let me think about it. Give me a second.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Joshua. Do you know where he is? Joshua, he said his name was Joshua.
Are you looking for me?
I believe I owe you another apology. May we speak privately?
Of course.
Now, I didn't believe for a minute that you were who you said you were. That is until I saw that vase I'd broken.
Unless you people see signs and wonders, you will never believe.
But...
I want to ask you about these diaries.
Oh?
These leather-bound books, they pretty much cover your whole life, don't they?
Yes, well, I mean, if anyone wanted to know anything about Bethany Baxter's life, this would certainly be the place to go.
Interesting. You see, I also keep a diary.
Oh.
All of this is already in it. Even the things you left out.
But why would I be in your diary?
One day my book will be opened. And everyone who has ever lived will be judged based on what's written in that book.
So you really are God?
I could forgive you for not recognizing me. Up until now, we've had no relationship whatsoever. Even the 5 times you got married, it was never within my church. Some of your husbands were quite abusive, weren't they? I could have helped you with that. And by the way, you didn't die when you had pneumonia. You were only asleep.
Well, am I asleep now? Is this a dream? Or am I
Dead? In your sins, yes. But still physically alive.
Look at you, with the face and the eyes and everything going on. Fine, let's go do it.
So you'll apologize then?
Yes, I will apologize. But you're coming with me. I don't want her throwing anything else at me.
I've been a terrible person. I know that now. I wasted my life. I thought that winning awards was everything there was, and it wasn't. I thought that being in films would make me happy. And it didn't. Nothing did. And now it's too late. Too late for Bethany Baxter.
But not for Eileen Durkin.
Really? You could erase my sins from your book?
All you had to do is ask.
Please. Please forgive me.
It's all been blotted out. My blood has washed it clean.
I've never asked for forgiveness for anything. Well, there's a first time for everything. So, now what do I do with all of these?
Well, you could just get rid of them.
I will have the biggest bonfire Beverly Hills has ever seen.
You should consider an alternative. It's a little dry here.
True. The voice of God. I will do whatever you say.
Hey, nice job fixing the vase. Hardly tell it's broken.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Forget it.
Good heavens.
Oh, Mr. Sheldon, I am going to need some more trash cans. I've got to get rid of all of these.
The diaries? But your madam's book.
Oh, you know, I'm working on a whole other kind of book now, and I've got precious little time, so can you get me some more trash cans, please?
Yes, madam.
Miss Baxter, I really am truly sorry I didn't try harder to get you that role.
Oh, my dear Matt. Oh, don't you worry about it. No, I've finished with all of that. I have a new role, one that I was born to play.
I gotta say, I don't think I've ever seen you this happy.
Well, it's not happiness exactly. It's more relief. I don't quite think you would understand. I've never been so glad to get rid of something.
Yeah, but aren't you throwing away your life?
But that's the point, Matt. That's the whole point. Don't just stand there. Help me get rid of this junk.
Listen, Bethany.
No. I'm Eileen Durkin now, Matt. So just call me Eileen.
Okay, any second my alarm clock is gonna go off and I'm gonna wake up.
No, Matt, you're not dreaming. You're not dreaming. It's just for the first time in my life, I actually know who I am.
Yeah, no, I don't know who I am.
Well, we will have a little talk about that. Sooner rather than later.
Whatever you say, Bethany. Or Eileen.
Mr. Sheldon, more wastebaskets.
This is really, seriously, a ridiculous amount of diaries.
Well, I've had an interesting life, honey.